Hey boys and girls, today we're going to talk about how to add details to my informational writing. So, writing about a topic. So, first you want to think about what you want to write about. And right now, we are writing about schools around the world. So, you should have already come up with your topic sentence. I know I came up with mine. I decided to write about schools in South Africa. So my topic sentence says, have you ever wondered about schools around the world? I learned a lot about school in South Africa. So now my reader already knows what I'm going to write about with this great introduction sentence. So my reader is expecting to hear about what I learned about school in South Africa. So now I have to think about details. What do I want to tell my reader? So I'm going to go and use my text because that's where I learned my information. So if I look at the text, and this is what I used to learn my information, I'm going to look for details in my text. So if I look right here, it says that they wear a school uniform. I can also see that here in this picture. So that's one thing that I've learned about school in South Africa. This is a good detail. That's something I can teach my reader. Another detail is what they learn in school. So I know that they study math, English, science, and history. I also see that they learn a language. It looks like it says Afrikaans, and it's a language in South Africa. So that would be something interesting that I could tell my reader. Another thing is, hey, look at that. Just like me, they go to recess too. It says at recess, they play ball games on the playground. That's another interesting detail about my topic, which is school in South Africa. I wouldn't want to tell them what she does at home on Sunday morning because that's not really telling me about her school in South Africa. So since I chose to make my topic sentence about school in South Africa, I want to make sure that my details talk about just that, school in South Africa. Something else I noticed while I was reading was looking at this picture, and look how squished they look in that car. Do you guys ride to school like that? I think this is an interesting detail as well, and it also kind of looks like a challenge. I think that would make going to school a little bit harder. If I look at my caption, it says that the girl, Sibangile, and 15 other children go to school in this truck. So this truck right here takes them to school. That's a way different than my big yellow school bus that I take. And usually it's only 2 or 3 in one seat, where there's 15 kids squeezed in the back of this truck. So I think that would be a challenge for getting to school. So now I'm going to put my information into my graphic organizer. So I'm going to put my topic sentence back in. Have you ever wondered about schools around the world? I learned a lot about school in South Africa. So here's my topic. I already had that pre-written, and so do you, I hope. Now I'm going to share my facts that I learned, that I took right out of my text. Now remember, when you're giving a list of information, you don't want to just say this, this, and this. You want to use those nice transition words. So I stuck with the normal transition word, just first, but you could try something else if you wanted to. So I said, first, students wear uniforms to school. That was something I took out of my text. Next, kids learn math, English, science, and history. They also learn a language called Afrikaans. That's another interesting detail that goes with my topic, schools in South Africa. And my last fact, kids play ball games on the playground during their recess time. Notice I didn't take it completely out of the text. This is the information I took, but I actually made it my own sentence. And you can do that. You don't just have to copy word for word right from a book. So feel free to make it sound like you and put it in your own words. Just don't forget to use those transition words. And then on the bottom it asked me to share a challenge that they face, because remember, we're advocating. So I wrote my challenge. A challenge kids face is that they don't have school buses to ride in. They have to squeeze into a tiny truck for a 90-minute drive. that would be rough. So you guys are going to practice a little bit with writing details, adding details to your writing, and then when you get to your required, you're actually going to do just this. You're going to go back to your topic sentence and look at the country you picked, and then you're going to write 2 or 3 facts to teach about your topic. And you also have to come up with a challenge that they face. So make sure you really pay close attention when we're reading the books in class, or take time and go through the book yourself as well and do some research. All right, good luck.